Hey everybody, how is everybody feeling today? Penny, how are you feeling? I don't even know what's going on in that brain of yours. But welcome back to my channel. Oh no, don't like to fold paper. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you quite a bit of my story on the podcast. So, oh sorry Penny. So before I do anything, I really want you guys to subscribe. Let me just pull you guys a little bit closer towards me. I feel like you're too far away. There you go. Okay, so before do anything, I would really appreciate it if you went and subscribed to the podcast, because you're actually going to get it faster. As soon as it comes out, you're going to get a notification. And it just really helps as well when you guys subscribe to Shopify. I keep doing that. Spotify or iTunes. Okay, so we're gonna get started. We're gonna get started soon. We're gonna get nice and comfortable. Oh, just wanna like relax with you guys. Huh? Hey Penny. Hey Penny, you feeling relaxed? Penny is always feeling relaxed. Okay, that's the best way to start a podcast, isn't it? Penny is always feeling relaxed and Alfie is always asleep, and I'm just going to adjust my camera a little bit because if you guys are not watching on YouTube, then you'll see that my kind of legs are all over the place. Let me try and get comfortable. I don't know if that is too much leg. I'm wearing shorts today. I feel like I've got a lot of leg on. Oh, I'm moving around. Okay, I just wanted to get comfortable, just like we're having a little girl chat, because I'm going to be talking to you about something that is really close to my heart, and I really hope that I'm able to have an impact on somebody that might be listening to this today who's either gone through the same thing or is going through having a bit of a funny relationship with food. So my story is that when I was around like 14, 15 years old, I was getting pretty badly bullied. I was getting bullied at school because, do you know what, I don't even know why. People would call me anorexic, and at the time, it's crazy, I wasn't even anorexic. I actually wasn't. And people would call me bulldog. I didn't understand what that meant either. And it kind of led me to just feel very uncomfortable when I would walk into a classroom. Felt very uncomfortable. I felt very anxious, and I didn't really know what they were going to say to me under their breath. Like, they would do stuff like, bulldog, anorexic. I'm like, what are you? I didn't even understand what they're doing. And so when I was at school, I faced a lot of bullies also outside of school. People at dance school would fill up my lunchbox with orange juice. And I feel like I just didn't have control about how those people were reacting to me. I didn't really know how to deal with that. And when I got to another school when I was 16 years old, the first day that I arrived, and bearing in mind guys, I had worked so hard to get into this school because it was a private school. Never been to a private school before, and you have to pay for those. I was so excited because they had a whole art studio with like unlimited amount of paint you could use. They had a proper hockey team with like a full kit and one that you had to try out for. So I was really excited about this school. The first day I get there, this girl, same girl who told me I looked like a cow's backside when I was 11 years old, told the whole school, because she'd left that school, to bully me. So I arrive at this school with people already not liking me for no reason whatsoever other than that this girl said she didn't like me and to bully me. And throughout that time, this is also when there was that craze zero going on, the whole craze size zero. And I started to really limit the food I was eating. And I've never had a problem with food before because I played loads of sport and I needed food to fuel me. I didn't even know that at the time, but I just stopped eating. And I remember going on a holiday to Portugal with my mum and dad and like barely eating anything, like a cube of cheese, one thing of cucumber, like a piece of cucumber, and just living off seeds. My skin was so bad. I was so tired all of the time. And I remember just not going to school for about 3 months. But the food thing was the only thing I could control. And I liked the idea of getting thin. And I don't even like it anymore. To me, it's just not appealing at all. But I like the idea of being thin. And I think the media had such a huge part on that, because we had all of these models, and it was, you know, the craze size 0, and it was just the whole thing. And I'm so glad now we're in an age where it's like healthy, fit, curvy, own your body, just being you. Whew. Because back then, I got down to 86 pounds, and I'm 5'2". I'm about 105, 106 pounds right now. So that's like 20 pounds lighter. I don't even know like where that went. Like how I must have been, I was tiny. And I remember like taking like little bags of seeds to school. I mean, they tasted disgusting. I don't even know, like I didn't even enjoy it. But I was convinced that that's what I wanted to do. And I used to go to the doctor, and they used to weigh me, and they'd be like, oh, you've lost like another couple of pounds. And I'd be like, oh no, whoopsie. But in my head, I was like, yes. It's like, yes, I succeeded. This was the same time that I had got dropped from a hockey team. I was playing for the south of England, and they dropped me. And they shouldn't have dropped me. I felt it was unfair. I had played the best freaking game of hockey in my whole life against Teddington boys. And I stopped at the shot on the top of the D with, I just went for it. It was commitment. I was so committed. And I committed to it, and I played the best game of hockey I've ever played. And they got rid of me, and I thought, this is so unfair. Then my ballet teacher said I could take this exam if I got great results in this other exam, and I did, and she still wouldn't let me take the exam. And again, I just thought, this is so unfair. I can't even control what other people are doing. I'm working so hard. I'm doing everything I can, everything I'm supposed to. I got the grades, I played the best game of hockey, yet they still said no. And I was like, this is so unfair. But the eating thing I could control. That was the thing that I had control over. But really, if you looked at it, I was completely out of control. And that's the thing, you think it's a control thing, but you are so out of control, it's not even healthy. So I'm so grateful that when I was 25 years old, I found a nutrition plan. Because I kind of got over my anorexia, but I was just eating like whatever, I was just eating again. I wasn't feeding my body good nutrition, I was having cereal for breakfast, and I was still eating, but I wouldn't eat after 7 o'clock at night, because I was like, nope, not supposed to do that. Even forced that on an ex-boyfriend. I was like, well, you're not eating after 7 o'clock either. You shouldn't. You're not going to get results that way. Everything was backwards. I thought that eating less would get you results. Crazy. It doesn't. It's not. How are you supposed to build muscle if you don't give it food? It doesn't just build out of thin air. Does it? It doesn't. No, it doesn't, Penny. And for about, okay, so I probably suffered with anorexia from the age of like, say like 16 to 18. And then from like the ages of 18 to 25, I just kind of plodded through and just ate stuff and saw what happened. And when I was 25, somebody was talking about nutrition plans. And I've said this before, I'll say yes to anything. I don't do any research. I say, okay, well, if you're doing it, looks good to me, give me some of that. That's literally I've lived my whole life. I'm like, yeah, cool, let's try it. I want to try it for myself. I'm so nosy. I'm so intuitive. I'm so like, I need to figure this out. I want to find out myself so I'm not missing out on anything. So I got started. I dropped 6% body fat in 6 weeks. I gained 5 pound lean muscle. Gained so much energy. For the first time in my life, guys, I was eating all day long, and what that did for me was it made me feel amazing. Oh, what a life change. So I'd struggled for 10 years, like 15 to 25, with not really knowing anything about nutrition, with not knowing the right plan. And I played so much sports. God, I would have been amazing. Oh yeah, I'm gonna say it. I would have been so great. Maybe I would have played for England if I had the right nutrition. That's okay. So I just didn't know because I wasn't educated. The only thing that I knew was I want to be thin because these models are thin, or it's the thing I can control. You're so not in control. So I decided that you could be either one of two things. You could be one of two things, right? You can either go, oh, I'm really suffering. Boo-hoo. This is so difficult. And you can play the victim. Okay, that's fine if you want to play the victim. And if you're listening right now going, but you don't understand, Rebecca, it's more difficult for me. No, you're playing the victim. You're choosing to play the victim. Number two, option number two, this is what you can do. The experience that you have been through, you can use that to impact other people. So you can be a victim, have no legacy, don't help anybody, just kind of filter away. Or you can be like, you know what? I'm glad I had this experience. I'm glad this bad stuff happened to me, because you know what? I'm going to be an advocate for other people. I'm going to help them, and I'm going to make an impact. Don't you think number two is so much more fulfilling? And you're going to feel better, and you're going to get over it too. So there was 6 things that I realized when I started to eat healthy food of why it was changing my results. Why it was going to change my life. Number 1, when I started to eat healthy food and I started to feed my body good nutrition and I wasn't worried about becoming a size 0, I got results that I really wanted. I wanted to be toned. I wanted to have some abs. Yeah, I wanted to grow my butt. I wanted to be strong. So eating healthy foods and lots of it all throughout the day and not starving myself. Guys, when you starve yourself, that's when your body stores fat. If you're not eating till 11 o'clock during the day, my goodness, your body's been storing fat. Your body needs food as soon as you wake up to function, to give you energy, to give you brain power. I don't understand why you wouldn't be feeding your body food. Plus, it's a great experience. Having a healthy breakfast sets you up for the day. You don't want to feel hungry. I don't understand people waiting until 4 o'clock to have food. It doesn't make any sense. So number 1, it was giving me results. I was getting results from it. Number 2, it was giving me energy. Oh, I had struggled with a lack of energy, and I was 25 years old. 25, no energy, got tired after they woke up. I'm like, no, this is not how it's supposed to be. So I got energy. It gave me brain power. I was able to focus for long enough because my stomach wasn't wanting food, because it was working efficiently. One of my favorite things, Corey laughs at this, one of my favorite things to do in life is to get dressed up in a really nice dress and go out for a fancy dinner. Has to be fancy, because typically when you get nicely dressed up and you put a dress on, you need to be at a fancy restaurant. I mean, you could go to Chipotle, you know, in some stilettos and a nice dress. That's fine. But I feel more comfortable when we're going to a fancy restaurant. So, went to this I like going to a fancy restaurant and having dinner and like not worrying. I don't worry about what I'm eating. I really don't. Corey loves a dessert. I'll share a dessert with him because I know that he'll eat most of it. So I'm with him there. And so I enjoy dinners. I enjoy going out for lunch. I enjoy food. I enjoy the moments around food. Yes, there are definitely times where I just scoff something down and I'm like, quick, let's just get this done. But a lot of times I love going out for dinner and I like enjoying that experience. It made me work out harder. I was able to work out harder. Like when you've got food and fuel in your body, you are feeding your lean muscle. You're giving your body energy to work out. So I was able to do more. I was able to lift more. If you can lift more, you're going to get better results. And the most important thing for me, I was happy. I was so happy. Because my brain was like, oh, this feels amazing. My body was like, damn, you feel so good. And like, I was just like, this is how it's supposed to be. This is how it's supposed to be. I feel happy, I feel content, I feel fueled, I have energy, my brain's working. Amazing things when you start to have food. So what can you do to help you on your journey? I've told you my journey. Everyone's journey is different. First of all, I want you to think about, why is it that you need food? Why do you need food? I kind of listed like a bunch of them there, but you got to align with this with you. Why do you need food? Are you struggling because you want to look a certain way? Well, I've just told you that eating more food, more healthy food, gets you good results. I don't starve myself all day. Do you want to be healthy and happy? Do you want to have energy? I mean, this is why you need food. Realize that. Don't you want to be happy more than you want to be super, super skinny? Because you're not happy when you're super, super skinny. Because you're tired. What do you have to offer and value the world? You have no purpose. Just experience eating amazing food on a healthy plan for 1 week. Give yourself 1 week. See how amazing you feel. People ask me if I cheat, if I have cheat meals. I have chocolate now and again. I don't really have cheat meals. I don't like going out for like dirty food, like fast food. I just don't, because I don't feel great. I want to feel optimal all the time. I want to feel like on fire. I want to feel like the best version of me. So when you experience eating healthy food and do it for a week, you're going to be like, oh, when you put something dodgy in your tummy, you're like, I don't know about this. Got to give yourself 1 week. Next, follow someone that you want their results of. Follow someone who's healthy, who's fit, and you see something in them that you want. And allow them to coach you. Sometimes I get people through and they're like, yeah, I really want your help, I want to look like you, and I give them my plan, and they go, no, I don't want to do that. I'm like, what? You have to be open to being taught. You have to be teachable. Because you're asking for someone's advice on something they've already done. So if you're reaching out to someone right now and you want advice, don't argue with them. Don't tell them, nah, I'm going to do it my way. Your way's not working. You have to be a good student. Don't be difficult. This person's giving you their time. Think about that. When I want something, if someone has what I want, I literally shut up, and if they tell me, I do exactly what they tell me to do. Exactly. I don't go, yeah, but I don't really believe that. I don't really think that. I'm like, who are you? You're asking this person for advice. Take it and be so freaking grateful that it's even available to you. That's how I am. Like when someone's like, hey Rebecca, like I'm gonna introduce this person. They're like, okay, change this up, do this here. I'm like, okay, cool. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving me your time to help me. That's how I think of it. Ask yourself, do you want to change? Do you want to change? Because if you don't want to change, you're not going to have any impact. You're not going to help anybody else. And you're going to stay the same. And if you're like, oh, well, I just don't even know if I can change. Yes. Yes, you can. It is a choice. You get to decide, you get to choose how you behave. Now, that's not always easy. At the end of the day, you have a choice. You have a choice if you want to get over something. You have to choose that you want to become better. You have to take 100% responsibility with zero excuses. Choice. Choice is everything. Mindset. What's your mindset like? You gotta understand the science behind food. That if you really want to get great results, you want to tone up, you gotta eat food. And you gotta eat protein. Because what are your freaking muscles made of? They're made of protein! Yay! So if you want to build your muscle, you have to eat the food that's gonna build it. Right? Mindset, that mindset game. If you think you can, if you think you can't, you're right. Empower yourself to say yes to change. Empower yourself to say that this is where I draw the line. This is where I'm going to make it happen. Give yourself the permission to lead by example, to have impact. Like I said before, do you want to be an example to other people? Or do you want to be someone that people look at and go, oh, they still haven't figured it out. Oh, I feel really sorry for that person. They still haven't been able to get healthy. I didn't want to be that person. At the time, I liked the attention. I'm not going to lie. Going to the doctors and people being worried about me. I wanted people to worry about me. Maybe it was a attention thing. Maybe it's because it made me feel important. Maybe it's because I didn't have control over everything else I was doing in my life and people were rejecting me. But ultimately, all of those were just driving my life into a very negative hole that I was choosing to put myself down. So I take all responsibility for my failures, just like I take all responsibility for my successes. And you need to do the same. Take 100% responsibility for everything great that happens to you. And take 100% responsibility for all of the failures that you have as well. Because that's how you're going to learn. That's how you're going to get better. And that's how you're going to be able to get through this area in your life that can bring you back and give you life again. There are so many wonderful things in this world. Don't limit yourself because you're choosing not to get out of the situation that you're in. And guys, I'm not saying that it's easy. I know it's not easy because I wallowed in it for a couple of years. I'm telling you, as somebody who's gone through that and got out the other side, that it is so worth it to embrace the journey you've been on, put it to the side and say, I'm going to be an impact, I'm going to be an advocate, I'm going to be someone who people look up to because I've been able to change my life around. I've been that person who has been so low and not felt great, but you know what? Not anymore. This is my time to shine. I'm going to start to give energy back to the world. I'm going to start to create something magical within my community. And that's where you're really going to see a difference. Thank you so much for joining me on today's podcast. I really hope that you got some value from it. If you have any questions or you want to reach out to me, you can head on over to the It Takes Grit podcast Instagram or also Rebecca-Louise Fitness. I know this is not an easy subject and that everybody is on their own journey. So I do understand that and I do appreciate that. My mission and my goal is to get you to shift your mindset, to get you to shift your thinking at another way. Because if I can do it, and I've been addicted to all kind of things, including losing weight, and I have come this far, I know in my heart of hearts that if you take the same steps that I've done, the things I've given you today, you are going to be able to make changes in your life. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you guys next time. Woo! Alright guys, well thank you for watching the podcast on YouTube. You guys are amazing. Of course we've got workouts every week, we have fun videos on Sundays, we have podcasts every single Wednesday as well. So thanks again, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up for this video, and any questions that you have, please put it in the comments below. Have a great day.